Hi everyone. Now let us go and discuss one by one all the bones of human skeletal system. First is human skull. As you can see this picture, there is a picture of human skull. Now let us discuss about the various bones which form human skull. This bone is known as parietal. This is known as occipital. This zygomatic, mandible, maxilla, lacrimals, nasals, ethmoid, sphenoid, frontal, and temporal. All these forms together a human skull. Now we'll go ahead and we'll see now discuss the same things in brief or in detail as forwarded by me. Skull. The two sets of bone, namely cranium and facial bones, forms the skull. These two are the main bone. Now cranium. The cranium consists of 8 bones. It forms floor of our brain to rest and helmet-like covering over it. It protects the fragile brain tissue. Frontal bone. It forms the forehead, the bony projection under the eyebrows and eye sockets. It is 1 in number. Parietal bones. These are 2 in number and are found behind frontal bone, which form top side of cranial cavity. Temporal bones. There are 2 in number. These bones make lower side of skull and contain middle and inner ear structures. Occipital bone. The single bone makes the back part of skull. Sphenoid bone. The butterfly shaped sphenoid bone is 1 in number. It forms part of the floor of the cranial cavity. Ethmoid bone, 1 in number. It is irregular bone that forms the front portion of the cranial floor, upper side and side walls and roof of the nasal cavity. Next is neck. In land vertebrates, the portion of the body joining the head to the shoulders and chest is known as neck. The neck has many muscles for support and structure. The muscles of the neck also provide the mechanism for swallowing, speaking, yawning and moving the head around as well. Now let us see the picture of neck, that is anterior and posterior both, front and behind both. The first thing, epiglottis, then hypoid bone, then thyroid membrane, corniculate cartilage, thyroid cartilage, arytenoid cartilage, cricothyroid thyroid ligaments, cricoid cartilage, and the last part is known as fascia. Now next is shoulder. Each shoulder girdle consists of 2 bones. One is scapula. Now what is scapula? These are 2 in number. This is known as shoulder blades or wings, which are triangular in shape. Every scapula has flattened body and has 2 processes. First, the acromion process. It is enlarged end of the spine of the scapula. Second, the coracoid process, the beak-like process. Now first is scapula, second is clavicle in shoulder. What is clavicle? There are 2 in number, commonly known as a collarbone. It is slender, doubly curved bone. Now let us go and see the picture of the shoulder bone. In this image you can see first arrow is clavicle bone. This bone is known as clavicle bone, a horizontal bone covered from neck to shoulder. Second is scapula. And third, it's humerus, it's the bone of upper arm. Now let us go to the next part of body, it's thorax. Thorax is also known as thoracic cage because it makes a protective cone-shaped cage of slender bones around the organs of the thoracic cavity, which includes heart, lungs, and major blood vessels. The ribs and sternum makes the thorax. Normally, we call this part as chest. In this image, you can see the various names of the thorax, you can see the rib cage. First is jugular, from top to bottom, jugular notch, then clavicular notch, manubrium, sternal angle, body, xiphisternal joint, xiphoid process, intercostal spaces, costal cartilage, costal margin, vertebra, floating ribs, false ribs, and true ribs. Now, what are ribs? The thoracic cage consists of 12 parts of ribs. The ribs are of two types. True ribs. The first 7 pairs of ribs are known as true ribs, which directly attach to sternum by costal cartilages. False ribs. The next 5 pairs of ribs does not attach directly to the sternum. Out of these 5 pairs, upper 3 pairs of false ribs are attached by means of costal cartilage of 7th ribs. The last 2 pairs of ribs do not attach to sternum at all, so that it is why they are called floating ribs. Students, next thing we'll discuss in my next slide. Thank you very much.